Tiernan normally would begin by asking you to sum up that match, but I don't think we have long enough.
Ian, I don't know if I have enough in me to even try and sum that game up. I just think that the couple of points that I do need to make was uh, our fans were absolutely and utterly superb tonight. We let them down first half, but that at half time we had a little bit of a heated conversation in the changing room. But those players knew that what they offered in the first half, especially the first 25 minutes, just wasn't good enough. And there was nobody more determined than them and to put it right. We made a couple of changes. We definitely had a little bit more of a physical battle in the middle of the park. We played some really good football. And I thought when we brought Davy and Ronan on together, I thought they caused all kinds of problems, as the scoreline will tell you. But it was just one of those nights that probably written in the stars. We needed that tonight. We needed to give our fans, we needed to give Kenny, we needed to give everybody that's worked so hard in the club something back. And thankfully we were able to do that.
Can you remember a game that sort of has flipped, as much maybe as that one at 2-0? We probably looked dead and buried. Glentoran seemed very comfortable, and then it all changes with that first penalty and the sending off, and we really grasped the chance that was presented.
To be honest with you, and the thing that kept going through my head the whole time when that happened was the Irish Cup final. And you just, as long as we can stick in here, if we can get one goal, who knows? And thankfully we got that one goal, we got the lift. And then I think we've had one penalty all year, and they pretty much go into Europe with penalties. As I say, I'm so pleased for everybody involved, and I think that's the part that we need to concentrate on. There was so many positives, and it was just so good to see the fans happy at the end there.
Yeah, we've talked previously, and maybe sort of in February and March in particular, about things not being the way we wanted them to be, but the change that seemed to come in mentality and belief and all those things since the split, has been unbelievable. And maybe tonight's game was a little snapshot of that, in terms of things not going the way we wanted to, but we turned that around, we changed that, and ultimately that's got us to where we want to be.
Yeah, and I'm not going to use tonight to paper any kind of cracks either. Ian, I'm the type of person where I like to think that I am very honest, and I don't think we're 21 points of a team that should be behind Linfield or Cliftonville, and that's got to be our big thing. We have to be, yes, fantastic, we got into Europe, and we have to go and enjoy our break now. We have to get ourselves prepared for Europe, but there's a lot of things that we need to look at from the season past, and try and improve on them.
Just maybe before we touch on that, special word for Ronan Hale coming off the bench, four goals, the last one from about 2,000 yards out. Just typified the night, but how much did he help to change things for us?
I thought he was outstanding tonight, and to be fair to the kid, he's had a tough couple of weeks and hasn't been in the team, and there's been all kinds of different things going on in the background, and he could have come on there tonight and huffed around and puffed around and been the game over, but he actually come on and changed the game, and his work rate and his work ethic out there tonight was absolutely and utterly phenomenal, and I'm so proud of him and so pleased for him. As I say, I thought he was superb.
And you mentioned there in terms of looking to the future, and I suppose wanting to maybe push on again next season. What will that look like in terms of maybe some players who might be out of contract, and players that you might want to bring in, all those sorts of things? What will the next little while look like for the club?
Hopefully the next little while will look like 2 days on the beer in, and then I'll maybe start thinking about that Monday or Tuesday of next week. Certainly not going to start thinking about it right now, that's for sure.
Just finally, we do have European football again to look forward to. I think we have more than 20 days or whatever it was between the playoff final last year, so the memories are still really fresh, and we've spoken all season long about wanting to get there again, so we are there, we can make a real dent, and we can have belief in ourselves going into this European campaign.
Well, we do a little pre-match presentation before every game, and the very last slide was a little montage of the goals and the European run, and you could actually see all the boys that were lifted, and their shoulders were back and their chests were out, and Ronan Hale's goals against our house, and Davy's goal against Bala, and it was a phenomenal experience. We loved every minute of it, and please God, touch wood, we can go and even get ourselves as close to doing it again.
Brilliant, thank you.